Alrighty, everybody, welcome to another episode of GameCorp. This is the one and only gaming podcast that you will ever need. I am your host once again. My name is Matt Hedrick, and here with me is the one, the only Chad Porto. How you doing, sir?
Yo. That's all I got for you tonight.
I was gonna say, where's the wit, man? Where's the comebacks? You usually got them in like ready supply.
They're the same place where your hair is.
Gone.
I was listening to music and it mellowed me out. What can I say?
I'm kind of surprised you're mellowed out. You're usually not always that way around me.
Well, you know, go fuck yourself.
There he is.
Look at the preposterous ripe world. All of it an open market at my command. Yes, the future of these people depends upon me. Vince McMahon. It was me, Austin. It was me all along. Yeah.
Oh God, I actually remember that speech. Oh shit.
Of course you do.
Oh God.
Because it's the higher
What was
power.
that from?
It was the greatest fucking segment in 1999 for the WWE. Who was The Undertaker's puppet master? Was it Bill Goldberg of the WCW? Was it The Rock for some reason? Was it Triple H? Was it Linda McMahon? No, it was Vince. The obvious route was obvious. My favorite Vince McMahon.
Was that from like a pay-per-view or was it like on an actual like regular
It was
show?
on Nitro and Raw. Sorry, Raw. It was on Raw.
Okay.
Because like he came out like in these robes and he got in the ring and like the corporate ministry's there and then he rips it off and he's "This is me, Austin. It was me all along." And then fucking Jim Ross goes, "Oh, son of a bitch." Fucking love it.
Was WWE just better in the like late '90s, early 2000s?
No, well, yeah, kind of. That's a fucking question, man. That's like asking why.
It doesn't sound like it is to that much.
No, that's like asking if the national debt can be managed like a fucking checkbook. No, it's so much more complicated than asking me, was it better? Because it wasn't, but I think one of the things was it was far more exciting.
Okay.
Like it doesn't matter. All right, here, I was trying to go with an idea, but here's the thought process. I could give you the greatest nudie mag in the world, or a regular old roller coaster. Which is going to be more exciting to you?
Damn. The nudie mag.
Well,
I want to say
that wasn't the right answer. It was supposed to be the roller coaster because even a lame ass roller coaster is still a roller coaster. You know what I mean?
Fair enough.
So like,
got your point.
That was Raw in the '90s. It was a roller coaster. Like, sure, it didn't have tits, but it was like still fun. But this is like before going on the Millennium Force. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like that rinky-dink, fucking carny coaster, held together by like 15 pieces of bubble gum, 4 Band-Aids, 4 adhesive strips for wounds, and like 12 restraining orders. Thumbs up. It has some merit and potential when you're a youth and you're like, yeah, yeah. Is it supposed to be swaying?
You just making me think of Bob's Burgers with the rickety roller coaster thing, and when the owner of the thing takes Bob out there and they're like kicking nails off the deck.
Yep. So it's exciting. But then you go on the Millennium Force. And now you got an addiction for quality. It's like living your entire world eating nothing but, well, not nothing but only ever having McDonald's cheeseburgers. and then someone makes you like a good piece of like high cut beef with like flaming fuck yeah on it, and you just like as you're eating it because it's so good, you just are having mouth orgasms. Yeah, that McDonald's burger is gonna be fucking nothing now, and that's what Raw was. We didn't know any better. Like this was the first time they were doing this high end soap opera nonsense. So, like all these surprises, like yeah, oh my god, she gave birth to a hand. The Japanese people cut off that dude's dick. This is crazy. But we found out more quality later on down the road. And we're like, oh yeah, no, that was terrible.
Yeah, I think I get what you're saying. It was kind of like a just for what it was at the time, who was trying to do something a little bit different, like a little bit more over the top, and that's what caught everyone's attention. Now it's not the same anymore.
Well, it tapped into the sleaze market, and part of the problem was when it corrected itself to get out of the sleaze market, what they ended up doing was getting rid of what was actually driving the product, which was the idea that anything could happen. We go from Jericho showing up and Paul White blowing out of the middle of the ring at fucking St. Valentine's Day Massacre and throwing Stone Cold through the goddamn cage. And we go to announcing who's coming up and signing these big free agents and putting them in their indie league. So like, hey, you know that super big guy that would have been cool if he would have fucking choked out John Cena? You get to watch him with rookies on NXT on the WWE Network. And everyone's like, why? So like the excitement's gone. You know, it just is. Like it can still be enjoyable, but you know, I don't worry about missing an episode of Raw because I know I'm not going to miss anything. You know, like in 3 years, they got us with one surprise. And like, here's the thing: they earmark these days. You know when they're going to happen. Like the Royal Rumble. You remember the Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah.
Royal Rumble. You know, every 90 seconds, 120 seconds, every 60 seconds, it changes every year. A new guy comes in, ring fills up. The only way you can lose is if you get thrown out over the top. It's King of the Mountain in adult form. Well, we know every King Royal Rumble, we're going to be getting like a bunch of surprise guys. So we're like, all right, so we're conditioned to it. So there's no longer an excitement factor. Like everything is very much corporate. You know, it's bought and paid for, essentially, and that's the problem. Edge, you remember Edge, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do.
He had to retire 2011, 2013, because of a degenerative neck. His neck was all kinds of fucked. And he said, you know, if I take a bad bump, I'm going to be paralyzed. Well, he did some shit, got some stuff done, and so like my neck is slightly a bit better. I can go do the thing again. And he shows up at the Royal Rumble, and it was a very big surprise. But at the end of the day, it's still just the Royal Rumble, and it's just still more of the same. But if he had popped up in like the middle of like March or like on a Tuesday in May, I don't even record on Tuesdays, but still, like that would have been like holy shit, like. If Edge can show up on a goddamn Tuesday, the fuck else could happen? And that's where they're missing out. Like, there's no reason to watch Raw week to week because you know when the big shows are going to be and when they're going to make their big announcements. So why bother?
So essentially, everything's become like too predictable then at this point.
Extremely. That's the first time you actually parroted something back to me that I actually said. Holy shit! Could you do that more? Not less, please.
I don't know. I have to actually use intelligence for that.
So yeah, I really like petting dogs. So you're saying you like goldfishes that suck on your nose? What, man? What?
I interpret things differently, I guess.
Jesus Christ! It's like you only listen to the last 3 words, and that's how the clown goes. You like to blow clowns? What? Jesus Christ,
you think you're confusing goes and blows there, buddy.
I think you are. So let's talk about this goddamn Vice Project Doom, which one may be the dumbest, best name ever. Like legitimately.
Dumbest, best name.
Someone, Matt, you know Someone goes, we need to make this cool and edgy. How about we call it Project Vice? Well, no. I hear there's a new game called Doom coming out in a few years. We should jump on that catalyst. And kids like shit that's backwards. That's extreme. So instead of Project Vice, let's go with Vice Project. Well, then let's just tack on Doom at the end. Oh, that sounds so hip and gnarly. Kids will love it. Like, that was the conversation.
That's an awesome conversation, by the way.
Here's what that should have been. Hey, I'm so fucking high. What should we call the game? I don't know. Super Smash Brothers? That'll never catch on. Kingdom Hearts. That's fucking stupid. I don't go. How will Vice Project do? That's fucking stupid. I love it. Oh, it's so dumb. that was not.
It's so dumb. It's great, right?
Right. See, I love the ironically named shit that's named ironically. Like, it's great. This was not that. So, ergo, it's not great. This feels like a game that I would see on Stop Skeletons from Fighting. Just for the name alone.
Not for much anything else then, huh?
Would you consider this game ambitious?
I don't know. I think for if you want to call mixing genres together an ambitious thing, I'm sure there's had to be other games at the time that did that though.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like, we got side-scrolling Link, we got fucking open world Castlevania. Like, it's not terrible. Fucking not a fan of railguns though. Like, fuck that noise. Oh, I get to move left and right. Fuck off.
That you're talking about the section where it's like a shooting gallery, right? That's what you're talking about?
I'm talking about the section where it's the goddamn bike in the goddamn first level. Just move back and forth. Ooh, oh, you can move up and down, but you're still moving forward.
That part was supposed to emulate, I think, like Spy Hunter or something like that. I believe that's what that's taking from. But yeah, still, nothing about this is like really innovative. I just found all of it together to be just completely stupid, but completely fun at the same time. That's what I liked about it.
The thing is, like, this game definitely feels like it was made like 2 years ago to parody the 80s. You know what I mean? Like, everything about it screams parody. But it was supposed to be taken super fucking seriously. Now, what the fuck is he swinging at, guys? Is that a goddamn cane or a whip or what? Is he blind? Is he Daredevil? Is this a Daredevil game?
It looked like a laser sword or some shit from where I'm sitting.
Looks like he's just whooping a white line at people. Oh my god, it's solid. It's cocaine. Holy shit. They finally did it. They turned it into a goddamn pixie.
It's a cocaine whip.
It's a cokeski whip. It's a pixie stick. It's a cokeski stick.
Oh man. Using drugs to kill other enemies.
I feel like he looks a lot like Arnold Schwarzenegger from Last Action Hero.
So that's that vibe. So that's the vibe you're picking up off of this.
Just the pixelation vibe. Like, if you look at, and now granted, what was fucking Arnold in that movie? He was blue jeans and a brown coat. Oh, so fucking. Oh my god, no one can reduplicate that.
Didn't he wear like a red shirt or something too?
Yeah,
if I remember right.
Yeah,
the whole outfit.
Yeah. He had a daughter in that movie. Everyone always forgets about the daughter. He also had a son. Son died, though. Main villain killed him. Sad stuff. I have a song stuck in my head. So let's talk graphics. As soon as I get the goddamn thing open. Take my hand. Take my whole love too. All right. I'm going to give graphics, I'm going to give a solid 4. I don't think a lot of it's very original, but it's super polished. I love the little comic book styling cutscenes. Maybe comic book styling isn't the right word to go with, but here we go.
Mm.
It's all just sliding graphics, and it's all very 8-dimensional. 8-bit, not 8-dimensional. That'd be super fucking weird. Could probably just make the same person the stock image and then like change the hair and like add like a monocle or some shit in those cutscenes, and no one would really notice because of how how limited the processor was back on these things. But for what they're able to do with enemy design, cutscene design, it's all very well done. I can't really say too much about it. It does still scream parody, but I think it's not a parody, and I think that's part of the reason why I'm taken a little bit off. Because if this was done today, I would be like, this is a 5. Because it would be an intentional design choice. But this feels like they're just kind of, oh my god, the 80s were so cool. Fucking Wall Street and shit. Greed is good. We'll just fucking do all the goddamn shit from the 80s and fucking max it out. Like, hell fucking yeah.
So a 4 from you on that front then, huh?
That would be what I said.
Oh, I'm just trying to get a scope from what I'm thinking here with the graphics. I at first, and I got to admit, the character model, like for the main character during gameplay, it reminded me of like seeing those sprites from Double Dribble on the Konami basketball game. Like those faceless characters, you know what I mean? So that's what I kind of got from it. But in motion, the game runs beautifully. It's of the animation. The cut scenes are cheesy as fuck. What it actually reminds me of is Ninja Gaiden. Ninja Gaiden was one of the first ones to actually try that, and I think this was a game that maybe was trying to be a parody back then of a bunch of these different games, like Spy Hunter and Ninja Gaiden. I think there was like the first person shooting thing. I think that was the one I remember doing. There was a game called Shooting Range, and then there was also the Punisher, I believe, actually made the whole game like that. So it was parodying a few things, which I like that. I like that variety in design and how things move and everything. So I think this game is pretty decent for what it is, what it presents. So I'm gonna go with a solid 4 on this one.
The only basketball games I remember were the early NBA Lives and Sega's Pat Riley's Basketball, where you would dribble up and down the court, pass, and then shoot, and then it would do a cut scene where you're shooting third person.
That what was it? Double Dribble on the NES did that when you went to go for a dunk or something. I remember. It looks like complete ass, but it actually did try to do that.
So you know how I feel about fucking 8-bit music, right? Not strongly.
I don't know. I was gonna say I don't know how to take that because that could go either way with you sometimes.
No, I dislike the 8-bit. I dislike the NES. I dislike the music. I've told you before, besides the iconic jingles of the time that have transferred better onto newer consoles, I don't like anything off the goddamn NES. Like, you got 2 buttons, you got no interest in me. So that being said, the music's a bunch of clicks and dots and beeps. I don't know. What do you want from me? I'm not the one who designed the goddamn sound chip. Sound card.
Think the sound effects are any better? Or
I mean, I don't know. It's beep boop boop boop. Super fucking engaging, yo.
So is this I'm feeling this is like gonna be a 1. I have a feeling.
No, because we have a rule. We have to measure it off of the equipment that it had. The NES was a terrible goddamn system for sound. Click clock. Ah, yeah, I love the NES. So goddamn enjoyable. Fucking A. If it wasn't for the fact that the Atari was such balls. I'm going to give it a 3 just because, like, I don't know. It's a fucking NES. Like, you're not going to be able to play good music on it. Oh, well, we got the Mario theme. Oh, did we? That racist fucking chutney of a theme. Do you know what good music is? All right, Castlevania was tight, and Legend of Zelda didn't suck. But like, let's not sit here and talk about, you know, oh yeah, I totally listen to the Castlevania NES theme on YouTube all the time. No, you don't, motherfucker. You listen to the goddamn Super Nintendo theme, or goddamn Symphony of the Night, or the goddamn Castlevania animated series OST. Boy, the boy, it has a season 3 trailer.
Yeah, March 6th coming out.
And not even gonna lie, I'm a little pessimistic about it.
Really?
You're trying to do a Castlevania series on Dracula? I don't know. It's like trying to make World War II without having Hitler be the villain. Like, I'm here to see Hitler get punched in the face. Don't deprive me of that. Like, I watch World War II movies to see Nazis die. I watch zombie movies to watch zombies die. I watch pornos to see women get naked. Take out those 3 key features, I'm not going to be interested.
I mean, kind of stories are nice with the porn, but you got to eventually lead to the porn.
Well, you know, I'm a big proponent of storylines in adult cinematography, adult filmography. I feel like it adds a nuance, and you know, I'm someone who gets really invested with characters. I don't need to know. Well, actually, I do need to know that Gina comes from a broken home, and that's why she's hanging out with her high school science teacher. Like, let me understand why she is making these bad decisions. Don't just go, oh, I am so hot for you, Roy. Like, no. I would very much like, you know, the plot that built us to this point. Otherwise, what the fuck?
You need a connection to it.
I just need to know that she's gonna find the love she's looking for. I don't feel like that's so out of the ordinary.
Even if it's just brief love.
Well, no, because he's promising to take care of her, and that he loves her like no one has ever loved anyone. Like, I need to know that. Otherwise, I'll just look at pictures. Like, I need goddamn fucking acting and content storylines. Like, come on.
I love how you took the storyline from like romantic comedies and applied it to porn.
I mean, basically, romantic comedies are just porn without the fun parts.
Fair enough.
I mean, you know I'm right. So, like, yeah, when it comes to Castlevania, like, I'm definitely gonna watch it. Like, first 2 seasons were fucking tits. Like, goddamn, perfect. But you know, one of the best parts about it was the build-up, and I was concerned that when it ended, I think I even voiced my concern that when it ended after season 2, like, I'm concerned with where they go from here. You know, it'll be interesting.
Because you feel like it kind of like put a pinpoint on the end of it, and you couldn't really like maybe possibly go much further.
I swear to God, the last fucking episode where they're doing the big fight scene or shit, or the second to last episode when they did the fight scene, I literally kept thinking to myself, okay, but they're gonna lose, right? Nope. Fucking got me.
Nope.
And then I thought in the last episode, oh, Alucard's in the goddamn castle by himself now that Sypha and Simon have gone off to fuck. So obviously Drac is gonna pop back up and be like, "Sup, bitches?" And I'm when that didn't happen, I was like, "Oh, definitely gonna be Death then. Death's gonna show up and be like, "Sup, bitches?" And he didn't come either, so I was like, super disappointing. So I don't know. Like I said,
maybe he'll show up this season. Who knows?
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't know. You know, I said I'm pessimistic, but I'm still gonna watch, and hopefully I'm gonna be entertained. because I goddamn love that cartoon. It's so goddamn cartoony. What are you giving this for the sound? Stop talking so much about non-fucking game shit. Like, what the fuck, man?
Non-game shit. You talked about Castlevania. How's that not game shit?
I'm saying you were talking about porn like a fucking dork.
You're the one who added to the conversation.
See, you're doing it again, man. Like, just
you could have stopped at any fucking time.
Fucking just shut up and tell me the goddamn score. God. Now I know why Napoleon Dynamite hated everyone. Fucking people suck. Come on, Uncle Rico. Just fucking tell me the goddamn score.
I want to be Uncle Rico. Fuck you.
You are absolutely Uncle Rico.
I can't even throw a football. I don't want to be Uncle Rico.
No, Uncle Rico couldn't throw a football either. What's the goddamn score, Matt?
Okay, asshole. The score is going to be. I think I'm gonna go. I think I'm gonna go with a 3. It's average to me, especially for NES. So it's 3.
It's fucking 39 hours to come up with that goddamn score. It took you fucking 20 minutes to say it. Gameplay.
Oh god, the person who eggs shit on with me too is trying to blame me for it. Yeah, fantastic.
Well, as long as we're on the same page, it's your fault. So,
asshole.
Gameplay. You know, I think everything that we get here is pretty average, pretty by the numbers, but there is an appreciation for the attempts they make at changing up the types of games or gameplays. I don't know if I would say they're wholly fun, but then again, I don't think those stylings are like the side-scrolling first person and the fucking, automatic driving forward kind of goddamn spy hunter games. Like, I don't find them enjoyable to begin with, so maybe I'm not the best person to judge this, so I'm not going to try to be super fucking hard on it. I just think those goddamn styles are terrible. Like, who the fuck cares? Oh, you're moving left to right and tapping A. Whoa! So much cognitive abilities that need to be done here. But also, like, goddamn Nintendo. So, appreciation for what they tried. I'm going to give it a 4.
Because I honestly thought you would have gone lower with that way you were describing it.
Nothing's broken, and they put a bunch of game types in it, and the boss villain designs are pretty fucking cool. Like, you fought like a goddamn giant turtle Iron Man thing. That was fucking cool. Shot like fart bombs at you, apparently. I don't know, but like, everything's average, but they gave you a lot of different averages in a time when that wasn't happening. So that I think is a little bit above average. Like none of them are broken. It's not like think about Castlevania 2. Literally couldn't beat that game because they don't tell you anything in the game that you need to know to get the goddamn tornado to swoop you up. How the fuck are you supposed to know it unless you buy a goddamn strategy guide or now go on the internet? So like, perspective.
I honestly thought the whole way you were describing it, what you were going with, I thought you were going to go lower, but I think this game does benefit a lot from. I also think it benefits a lot in this gameplay from its pacing, how fast everything moves along, and the variety is there, yes, but I don't think they try to overdo it too much with you because if I remember right, these parts only occur like a few times within the whole game. Most of the game is actually just the side-scrolling parts, to my knowledge. Mm-hmm. So, and those parts are the most enjoyable, I believe. The shooting gallery it's what it is for NES. It worked fine, but I'll agree though the top-down thing isn't really all that exciting. I get what you're trying to do. You're trying to emulate, you're trying to give this game a style, trying to make it feel like a big if anything, like an action movie or something from the time. And it's fun for what it is, and it works rather well. And I think with the helping of the pacing and everything, it actually becomes rather enjoyable. I like the bosses too. I think the levels are, they're designed really well, and the way you can play through them, it's not too hard to get through everything. So it's a solid game overall, honestly. So I'm gonna go with a 4 as well.
Fun factor, I'm going to give her 3. It is what it is. As a game, it's fine. The style is the most interesting part, but, you know, it's nothing bad, nothing good. You know, nothing bad, nothing great, I should say. So, 3.
This is where it's tough for me because I won't. If I tell you how I felt at the time of playing it, it would have been at a 4 because I was really enjoying myself and getting into it and all the changes and the gameplay and stuff for making something unique for me. But now that I'm like looking back at it,
Just give it a 4.
it's
That's the whole
fun.
point of this category.
Yeah. Maybe I shouldn't judge it too harshly then, honestly. Maybe I shouldn't.
Well, like if you're playing it and you're like, this is definitely a 4, then why would you change that? Like we have these categories
stick with your gut.
specifically so you can objectively review each portion of the game. And by we, I mean we stole it from GamePro magazine, but still, it's effective as fuck.
I think in my head I was trying to be more critical of something when probably I really shouldn't be.
No,
you know?
if you feel it's a 4, then feel it's a 4. For me, I don't like the NES, so like I'm straining not to go 1 garbage, 1 garbage, 1 garbage, 1 garbage, garbage. It's a shit. Like, if we're comparing this to goddamn like Metal Gear Solid 2, it is goddamn fucking atrocity. 1's across the board. But that's not how we do this. I'll never fucking play this game again in my life.
At the time I was...
So 4.
It's a 4. I don't have as much hatred for the system as you do, but I can definitely see your point. Hold up as well as the other ones that we review games for. I totally understand that.
It's the Nintendo ever suck console. Challenge, I'm giving it a 3. It was super fucking easy, but I don't know. I fell asleep a lot while playing it, so like that was challenging.
So the challenge was to stay awake.
Yes.
That factors into a score now. I love that.
Well, we it's the challenge versus the reward. By the by, you get wall meat in this. Did you realize that?
I did notice that. Yeah.
You don't actually get it.
I thought that was a nice little touch.
You don't actually get it from the wall, but you get wall meat. I was like, "That's tits. Good job."
So if it wasn't that, it'd be a 2.
Basically, my theory for the challenge is a lot of these older NES games, even up until the 64 era, a lot of these games could be very much beaten by just remembering the pattern. You know, it's the fucking Mike Tyson Punch-Out combination. Like literally, that game is designed to repeat itself. So you could literally close your eyes, remember the pattern, and win the game. And same thing here. You know. That's why Castlevania was always like a game that I enjoyed because like they don't give a fuck about patterns. They'll throw as much shit though as hey, you kill a Medusa head. Here's 14 more. I don't know why. Just fucking eat them. There you go. I appreciate that as a player. Power to the player.
Yeah, I gotta say for this one, this challenge is relatively like all right. Because you played it, you and I played it in different ways. Because I played it because it's on the Switch's online app, and in that app you actually have the ability to rewind or do use save states in there if you really want to. And I got to be honest, it was so easy I didn't use a save state for it or a rewind feature. I was able to just cruise right through the game. So if even I can beat this game, then it might be a little bit too easy.
That's some condemnation.
Well, let's go based on my actual skills, of which I have none. Yeah, it's still gonna sit at a 3 though. Like you can't knock it too much. I think it sits perfectly right in the pocket of a 3.
You literally knocked up your girl by accident because you have no skills. Like you sneezed and she was pregnant. It's like, oh, how'd that happen? I don't know. But it happened.
Oh, for God's sake.
Total is a 17 and a halfer out of 25.
Okay. Let me bring that up.
Take my whole life to 70% overall, yo.
17 and a half out of 25 is what you said, right?
Yep.
Got that in
For
there.
70% overall.
So while it's not something that wowed you, it's not necessarily something that is bad for the system it's on.
No. We've played far worse Drek.
At least I haven't been giving you like real shit stuff to play as of late.
As of late. Are you ready
as of
to
what,
do
the past month?
the news?
Yes, sir.
Wait, hang on. It's the news with your host, Matt Big Hedrick. And on the Daily Watch, Community Center and Elementary boys volleyball scores. Chet, you betcha. We don't even have we don't even have a sports division anymore. We can cover one thing. And Janison Catering's kid had a fucking volleyball game. So no, we're not going to cover the All-Star game. We're going to go watch fucking 7-year-olds hit the volleyball into the net and back into their faces. All right, I'm going. That sounds like fun. Thunk. He falls over. Stupid little bitch.
God damn it.
I hope your son plays sports. And I hope he is your son, too. Because I know how that's going to go.
Oh, for God's sakes, just how low on the totem pole am I being put nowadays?
Go ahead, Matthew Jr., shoot the ball. You shoot it on an arc. No, you shoot straight in the air. Move. Thunk.
Is it sad that he plays t-ball and he does better at t-ball than I did at regular baseball?
No, because that's what you're supposed to do. It's sad if he's better at t-ball compared to you today on t-ball, which I still think might be a possibility. Not gonna lie.
It could be a very high possibility.
Now it's time for the front desk with Matthew Hedrick.
Thank you for that long introduction, Chad. My name is Matthew Hedrick.
Now it's time for a commercial break.
First news.
Because we're
Nobody told me about that. God damn it!
Well, we you know, they're supposed to break after 12 minutes. It was a 12-minute intro. It checks out.
These notes took me all night to get ready.
So what?
You know I don't like reading off the teleprompter. I'm horrible at this.
I'm Ron Burgundy. What's the first story of the night?
Well, it looks like you're actually trying to pull up the Anthem one there, it looks like.
I just clicked them.
Okay, because most of them, this is a week-to-week thing where most of them you don't give a shit about, but I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to do it like a regular news update, just because that's what I do. So, Jeff Keighley, the guy who's done the Video Game Awards, has been a journalist in the gaming industry for over about 20 years or so, has always been a kind of a cornerstone E3, always come up with the ideas for E3 and helped out, supervised that. Actually said he's not going to participate in this year's event and is not going to, provide anything for it. He's been hosting a Coliseum thing, like presentation for the past 5 years for the event, and he's basically he did release a statement for it, and he says that covering, hosting, and sharing E3 has been a highlight of my year, not to mention a defining part of my career. While I want to support the developers who will showcase their work, I also need to be open and honest with you, the fans, about precisely what to expect from me. I have made the difficult decision to decline to produce E3 Coliseum. He goes on to say that the reason why he's not attending is that E3 has failed to evolve as an event. Based on what's been communicated to me about the show, I just don't feel comfortable participating. It's no secret that E3 needs to evolve, and I have lots of ideas around that, but I've decided to take a wait-and-see approach. I'm looking forward to learning more about the Entertainment Software Association's vision for the show beyond what was in the blog post last week. Yeah, I'm always here and there with Jeff Keighley. I mean, he's done the Game Awards, he's done a few other things, and I don't mind his passion for like certain events, but the one thing I always hated about him in general is his like undying love for Hideo Kojima.
See,
honestly,
you ruined my joke because I was about to say, for those of you who don't know who Jeff Keighley is, you'd recognize him by the fact that he has Hideo Kojima's balls in his mouth constantly. If you've ever seen
I
Hideo
didn't know you were
Kojima,
going to come up with that joke. So,
if you ever see Hideo Kojima, Jeff Keighley is the guy kneeling in front of him. So here's the thing that I think is fascinating. He went super detailed. You want to know why you go super detailed? To prove a point. You want to know why you prove a point? Because you're hurt. Matt, how many times do you ever see the dump E, which is the person who dumped, go on and on and on and on and on and on Facebook about why they dumped the person?
Oh man,
can you name one time?
Not off the top of my head, no.
No one can because it doesn't happen. The people who bitch are the ones who get dumped. The people.
So they
bitch.
dropped him. So you believe they dropped him then?
I believe that there was a conversation where Jeff Keighley said, "Hey, how about we go do the big thing?" And then E3's like, "Who are you?" I'm the guy who loves the Hideo Kojima. Fucking who let Norman Reedus in here? No, I'm Jeff Keighley. I'm sorry, who? I said Konami couldn't come to the Video Game Awards because Kojima's my buddy. Who the fuck let Guillermo del Toro in here? Joking aside, I do believe that he didn't like where E3 was going. He's like, "Hey, I'm Jeff Keighley. Listen to me." And they're like, "Fucking bitch, get the fuck out." And then he's like, "Well, I'm not going to do it anyway." Oh, the Coliseum that no one talks about. Oh, we're going to miss that. Bye-bye. The 20,000 people who cared will be very sad. And we'll definitely still watch your dwindling rating award show. How many viewers did it get? 47? No, not 1,000. I mean 47. Oh, the Tompkin twins were out of town? 45? Apologies. Fucking hack-ass bitch. Jeff Keighley is only important to Jeff Keighley's fan base. Jeff Keighley's fan base ain't that big. It's big enough to make him look big, but remember, this is a billion-dollar industry, and he can't get 1 million views for his fucking hack-ass award show.
That should definitely tell you something.
Right?
Like, it's like, absolutely tell you something that this doesn't mean shit to anyone.
Taylor Swift drops this song called Cruel Summer. I see what you did, bitch, and I'm not going to let that go. Trying to fucking bogart goddamn season 3 of Cobra Kai. I'm coming for you. I mean, not really. I'm really fucking lazy. But I'm going to angrily say things in a sarcastic tone at you. Ooh, the scathing. But that song probably got like 100 million views in like the first week. Or like 200 million. Or like 4. I don't know. How many fucking million viewers did the Grammys get? 1.5 million? Listen, unless 1.5 million people really like that Taylor Swift song to listen to it 1.5 million times each, I'm pretty sure there's more than 1.5 million people who like music. Jeff Keighley, you don't matter. You don't some bitch. In fact, if Jeff Keighley really was as intelligent as he said, he would have done the entire goddamn Game Award show during goddamn E3.
That's when he should have done it.
I mean,
like seriously, like if you really want to like have some say in this or something or try to compete, make yourself separate from that and do your own thing.
this was very much
If
no.
you think
I
you're
mean,
so
do
high
it.
and mighty,
No,
you
I mean,
know?
do it with E3. Like instead of having
Okay.
like 3 nights where you're just like, oh yeah, and then Square Enix is going to talk about how on this re-release for the 3rd time of Kingdom Hearts 1, how Goofy's ears now bounce with more accurate momentum. Fuck off. No, what ended
That's
up
sad that I
happening?
can actually see that happening.
That's why it's funny. 'Cause it's so absurd it will happen. What really happened here is that he pitched a bunch of ideas. E3's like, nah, dog, and then he's like, I'm a leave. Okay, nah, no, I'm serious. I'm a go. Gonna take my 14 friends with me. I'm a go. I mean, we don't want to do your ideas. Like, you can stay and do your fucking hack ass convention. We don't give a fuck. Like,
Do you all know the irony is that
takes like
an
8
irrelevant
tables.
person is leaving an irrelevant event?
Right? It takes like fucking 8 tables to do your thing. Like 8 tables, a single cloth, 4 chairs, and we just give you whatever leftovers from the goddamn horse from the night before. Like, in terms of food. Like, dude, you cost nothing to do. Like whatever. You do your thing, don't do your thing. We don't care. Well, no, you got do this and this and this. Ah, we're not going to. Well, I'm leaving.
I mean, saying that the thing needs to change, yeah, that's obvious, but that doesn't make it any more convincing coming from him. He's not as big and important as he thinks he is.
Dude, if Paramount Network didn't need anything, they wouldn't still air their goddamn game show awards. Like, fuck off. Seriously, E3 should just start doing an award show. I'd be all in that.
E3 should just be one long presentation on Twitch just to rival him too, or something.
No, they should just do an award show, and then whenever he tries to do an award show of his own, have all the games be copyright struck so he can't show any footage.
And just drive the irrelevancy down even further. Damn.
Fuck you, Jeff Keighley. What's next?
Okay. So, Nintendo is cutting ties with a Portuguese website by the name of F Nintendo. That's just ironic to me. After they admitted to uploading off-screen photos of multiple different new and unannounced Pokemon before the game's launch back in November of 2019.
So wait,
The images were taken.
Streamline this because I got some opinions. Why are they quote unquote cutting ties with an independent website?
Okay, because this company was F Nintendo was given a pre-release copy of the game, and they signed a non-disclosure agreement to not release any of the images prior to the game's launch.
But
so because they did that,
images.
now they're in trouble for it.
So they
things that weren't supposed to be announced yet. Yeah.
Huh. Well, moving on.
So what was it they were gonna? What did I stop you from saying?
I thought this was like Nintendo's cutting ties with IGN. IGN's not in bed with Nintendo. Why the fuck would they care? But really what the story is a bunch of journalists got a free fucking play game, and they're like, nah. And then they're like, well, that's the last time we give you a free game.
Don't you love it?
Fucking open and shut story right there, man.
Love that. Yeah, they don't understand.
Oh no,
they knew
what
what they were doing. They knew it. No, I stopped myself there. Actually, I was saying that they knew exactly what they were doing, and they just wanted to get it. They wanted to get it out there, and they got caught, and now they're not going to get their special treatment like they were hoping they would, and that shit's on them.
Sweet story selection. Moving on. What's next?
Yeah, dick.
You're the one picking goddamn obvious stories.
Oh god damn it, I missed this one.
Which one?
My notepad rolled down. I had to scroll back up. There was a video I sent you. I found out this new story on one of my YouTube channels. It was this mother trying to reconnect with her daughter through the use of VR because her daughter had recently passed away, and there was this whole talk of is it like morally right or like mentally healthy to do something like that to reconnect with
The answer's no.
with a lost. No.
No. Grief is a biological and human condition that happens to everyone. There is a way to deal with it. And staying in it is not it. Like, all this woman is doing is perpetuating this abusive cycle where she has to watch a person who's no longer here and mourn for them, pine for them. That's unhealthy as fuck. You shouldn't do it in a breakup. And you definitely shouldn't do it when you lose someone. I'm not saying it's easy to get past, but you gotta move forward.
Yeah, like I'm all for closure and things like that, but there's got to be a line you have to draw with.
Guys, Matt is okay with the thing you're supposed to do. He also endorses breathing and drinking water occasionally. Matt's got the hot
for
takes.
fuck's sake, can I just fucking talk without you jumping all over every goddamn last thing I say like I'm some kind of...
Well, if you stop saying dumb shit, maybe.
Okay, I'm just going to stop talking. I'm going to stop talking because if I'm not on the same pedestal and level as your intelligence, then I can't talk.
No, you can. I'm just going to correct you.
Which henceforth would mean I can't talk.
Well, no, I'll correct you.
Oh.
You can just then say the correct thing.
Excuse me for stating the obvious. It's just who I am, all right? I'm
You
sorry
don't
that it
need to.
bores you.
Hey, Matt, did you know it's winter? Fucking blew me away when I found that out.
Did you know that you're an asshole? Oh, wait, you've known that your entire
Again,
life.
stating the obvious.
You've known this fucking goddamn fact your entire life. Now do you know why? You don't have somebody you love and a stable job in your own home and a family? I wonder why.
I have a stable job. It's drastically unstable, but it's stable. I make quite a bit of good money off it. I just have to work extremely long hours. And
Bitch, I make more money than you, and you know it.
I never said you didn't. I said I make good money. I didn't make great money. I've never once been disillusioned to the fact that you make more than me. You're in home health care. That's a lucrative industry. I write bitchy sports articles about people who piss me off. The entry points into both are drastically different. Yours is, hey, you need to be board certified. You got to have some type of degree or formal education, and you got to be good at doing the thing. We're going to fucking test the shit out of you to make sure you are. The other one is, you got a laptop? You're hired.
So, yeah, mine actually requires a lot more to deal with.
Never said it didn't. Don't know why you thought I did. Don't know how we got on this part.
I don't know. It's just this thing of like, it seems like every time I've ever talked to anybody, it's, yeah, you're smart and everything, but don't say that because that's dumb. Well,
no,
I'm sorry.
You are the big dumb, but you are qualified to do your job. There's a difference there, sir. Like, I'm big smart. I'm probably not even qualified to do my job. Took the wind out of your goddamn sails. How can you be angry at a self-deprecating douchebag?
Oh, for God's sakes. I feel like an old man dealing with this really, really fucking crazy-ass child. I feel like I have 2 children in my life, and one of them is you.
Bitch, you can't control me, let alone raise me. You ain't man enough to raise me.
I don't know if it's being manly enough or just having the mental stability.
Fair point to
I think it goes
both.
towards disability.
Fair point to both. You don't have it. The thing you need, you don't have.
Oh, God, it would take so much to deal with you. I swear to God, I think at one point I would have just blown my brains out.
So you're saying there's an out to the show, a series finale, if you will.
I am not becoming your fucking legal guardian just so you can have me kill myself. It ain't gonna fucking happen.
That's
Fuck
the
you.
end game. So what's the point you want to make?
I will kill myself to prevent that, just to prevent that from happening, just
Matt,
out of spite.
In the world I live in, that's called a win-win.
Hey, as long as I'm out of your life, that's all that matters.
As long as I don't need to fucking give my Saturday nights to this show, that's the only thing I worry about.
I love friendship. It's so deep on so many levels.
You've got sunshine on a cloudy day.
Motherfucker, you're a tornado warning followed by a hurricane followed by a blizzard. Fuck you.
Fair point. So what's the point you want to make?
I agree that it is extremely unhealthy. It is not a road or avenue I would want to take, because with the way I am as a person too, I wouldn't be able to deal with that kind of shit would eat at me, because I would always want to go back. I would always want to relive the same moment over and over and over again. And I think once something happens, you need to, I mean, it's hard to accept it and move on, but in some cases you have to understand that things happen for a reason.
Dude,
and
I just wrote a fucking...
they're supposed to stay that way.
I just wrote
and
a
you
fucking
can't just
Twilight Zone
make them
episode.
change.
Holy shit. Dude, so like, wait, hang on. So let's write this into a story, right? Parent loses
So
kid.
did what I say just be even any more? Did what I say just sound even more stupid? Did I say something even more stupid now? Now we're turning into a Twilight episode.
No. I think your Twilight Zone episode. I think you might actually enjoy this. So like, let's just flip the script a bit. Let's say kid loves the VR, wrote some stuff for the VR, super big on the VR. Kid dies, parent puts on VR, hangs with digital kid. Go through the entire episode, it's just replaying a moment from the kid's life. Same stock images, same stock words, same stock everything. And then at the final fucking second of the goddamn episode, kid turns to parent and goes, "Help me." End of the episode.
Oh man.
Right? Fuck.
Oh dude.
And here's the thing.
If you showed me that, the first thing I would say is, "What the fuck?"
Throughout the entire episode, it would just be replaying the same loop, in the VR. So there's no changes at all. And parent puts the helmet on, kid's there, says all the same things, parent says all the same things to it. Bada bing, bada boom, repeat later on in the episode. You do it 4 or 5, 6 times, you set up the idea that this is just a program. This is just a program. This is just a pro. And then the last fucking second, you change the goddamn scene, and he says something different to the parent, and you end the episode. Is it just a program, or is it a ghost in the machine?
Oh my god, that makes me think that they actually filmed this as a pilot for a Twilight Zone episode now.
I hope not. This story is a real story of grief and pain. I'm just writing dumb science fiction here.
That's just fucking twisted.
That's
God,
a Black Mirror episode.
It just that I saw after watching this video, I wanted to say oh, it could be touching and stuff, but I kept thinking about it and I'm like, no, you're torturing yourself. You know what I mean?
There was a line from The Punisher I think is apropos.
Okay.
Chick who played Mystique, what's her name? Not Jennifer Lawrence.
Rebecca Romaine Stamos.
Yes, she was in it, and she said, "New memories will save your life," or something to that effect. And that's kind of the thing that you should realize. Just because someone's gone doesn't mean you're done. You still got to move forward, Holmes. Can always rebuild something.
That is
not the same. But
that is very
profound. So when it comes to this story, it's fucking super depressing. So.
Well, I feel like you put a good bookend on it though with that. I do like that quote.
I hope the woman gets the help she needs because VR is not it.
No, not at all. Therapy. Get therapy. That'll at least get you somewhere.
Ask Matt where he goes. Because after dealing with me, he's got the big trauma therapy, the big PTSD therapy.
To be fair, I haven't gone to therapy yet, but after dealing with you and the life that I have, I am seriously fucking considering it now.
Hey, I'm not going to make fun of you for going to therapy. In fact, I'll see that as a badge of honor. I broke him so much.
It'd just be me in the room crying, he doesn't like me. Wait, he makes less money than you, and you're more successful than him, but he still doesn't like me.
I wouldn't say you're more successful than me. I'm quite successful. Just in different things. I just make less money than you. That's the only thing I'll cop to. I'm aware of my bank account. Although, this month...
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been making more, like you said.
Well, this month I finally get paid like I'm making more. So I'm like, yes, thank you.
Is that Switch dream starting to come more and more?
Well, it
true?
was, and then I needed to get a new car. So
Damn.
Well,
Damn.
I'm super considering just getting a bike. Like, fuck it. They're a third the price, cost an eighth of the amount of gas, and I get to ride a fucking motorcycle. Like,
You can go to Scrubs route. Check it out, baby. Scooters.
Sasha!
I don't think I can picture you doing that, though. I don't think that's you. I don't think you can do it.
A scooter? God, no.
Yeah, I don't think so. No.
Fucking Cox got up to him on his feet, jumped on the back, slapped him. Drive.
Oh, man. Oh, my God.
No, my brother has a bike that I think would be, like, that model would be perfect for me. It's kind of sporty, but, like, not super sporty, and it's not like a goddamn Harley, so it's not, like, super loud, and my feet actually touch the ground, which, kind of important. Sarah, we don't have motorcycles for 3'7" midgets. I'm 5'5", asshole. Christ. And it's little person.
Yeah, get it right. You insensitive asshole.
Right? You fucking eye-tied dago bitch. See, I can say those slurs because that's what I am.
Oh man, I love how that shit only applies if you're the race saying the thing. God damn it, that's
Church. I'm bringing church back, by the way. I don't remember when people stopped using it to express coolness, but I miss it. I'm also going to bring back calling people son for some reason. I think it'll give me a nice edge. And you only do it derogatorily. Like, please, son. Because you're invalidating them by calling them a child. It's super fucking hurtful.
All right. Ready to move on to the next one?
Apparently.
No. No, I was asking you because I thought you might have wanted to finish your thought, and I was going to move on to the next one. I'm actually being considerate. You dick.
No, this is a trap.
Because I should just start things like this. In more news that no one cares about.
At least you'd be accurate.
Well, the thing, I mean, okay. There was an update on BioWare's update page about Anthem, and they're talking about a whole possible redesign, revamping of this game. And the GM of Casey Hudson was talking about how he wanted to have some different ideas for this, and he said that we have also heard your feedback that Anthem needs a more satisfying loot experience, better long-term progression, and a more fulfilling end game.
Wait,
so we recognize.
Did he really just say a more satisfying loot experience?
Yeah, that's where I'm like, no, we don't need loot at all.
Drown the game and move the fuck on. You've done fucked up Anthem. Isn't Anthem the jetpack game?
Yeah, it was supposed to be BioWare's like next big thing after the whole fluke with the Mass Effect series. After Andromeda, that's a big flop.
I like that you're just like, yeah, they fluked. Totally didn't. They fucking stumbled into it.
They did. Mass Effect Andromeda was a fucking bomb, and then they stumbled into doing Anthem, and then this is a fucking bomb too.
Wait. Let me clarify. Are you saying that Andromeda's a fluke? Or are you saying that the success they had with the franchise prior was the fluke?
Okay, yeah. I guess I should clarify. Yeah, the success that they had prior to Andromeda was a fluke.
All right. That's what I thought you meant. That's why I was laughing.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, the moment they started saying loot experience, I'm like, why? Like then everything you say after this is bullshit. Better long-term progression, more fulfilling end game. This game was trying to be Destiny with jetpacks, and the longevity of a game doesn't. It's especially games like this. These games as a service things that everybody keeps talking about. They're not really planned. They're planned to last long periods of time, but if everything within your game is broken from the outset and you're waiting this long to revamp it, your game's been out for what, over a year? What the fuck are you
this
doing?
already came out?
Yeah, Anthem was out. Anthem released, I want to say, yeah, I believe it was early in 2019 or something. This thing, or maybe early mid 2019, but it's almost been a year. And now they're talking about doing a full revamp and redesign. I mean, I'm all for people trying to improve shit. Like the No Man's Sky fiasco, take that for example. That was another fucking shit show. And those guys just kept at it, trying to improve it. And the game is better now. Granted, no one's fucking, to my knowledge, no one's playing it. But at least they tried. But I don't think this falls into that same category because this game was just, it was shit. It's always been shit. And anything that's been trying to progress to it is still shit. They're not really trying. They're just adding stuff to it that's irrelevant. Like, nobody wants loot. Nobody wants loot boxes. That's been a thing that I swear to God has been beaten to death on every fucking YouTube news channel I've ever seen related to gaming. Like, they just keep saying, we don't want these, and then they always show up.
To be fair, devil's advocate this bitch.
Okay.
You keep saying you don't want a donut, but every time I bring a donut, you keep eating it. I'm going to keep bringing a donut. Now, bonus points. If I keep bringing a donut and you start giving me $1 for it when it costs 50 cents, I'm going to keep bringing donuts. In fact, I'm going to bring fucking 12. Because now I just made $24 off of fucking donuts. That's the problem.
I think I'm not fat, or else this analogy would be killing me right now.
Well, you're not fat. That's, or less fat, I should say. You finally spit up the other you, so congratulations. But my
I love how you take a positive thing of my life and turn it into something completely morbid and fucked up. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. There wouldn't be a desire to put in loot boxes if they weren't financially lucrative. You know what I mean? And that's not to say that I don't agree with your stance. I do. But why would a business shore up or cut out a profit line? I think your vitriol needs to be directed at the people who keep buying the fucking loot boxes.
Yeah. Maybe my anger is misdirected. I need to focus on a different target here because they're just going based off of the results of something that's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the people who keep doing it, and then they think they have the right to go and bitch. There's only one reason it keeps happening.
Y'all keep buying them.
You're voting with your wallet. You're throwing the money into the pot, and your result keeps spitting this shit back out. If you want it to stop, then don't do it. Tell a game like Anthem to go fuck itself and bring itself back as an experience that's worthwhile to the player. Why can't we get back to some single player experiences, have multiplayer be an extra component of that, and have it monetized to a reasonable degree that way, and they can still make money off of it that way? Why can't we do that kind of shit anymore?
Yeah.
I believe I'm asking an honest question here. I don't think it's a bad question to ask.
Anthem's not making again, wrong target, because if I have a house and I'm selling it to you,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to either want it or not. If you don't want it, I need to figure out a way to make it attractive to you so you can buy it. Anthem is not making money. That's the issue. How many times do you hear Call of Duty going, we've made too much money. We're going to change everything we are. Yes. Yeah. Assassin's Creed's not doing that. John Madden's not doing, or Madden Football, I should say, is not doing that. Who makes all the big changes? No Man's Sky.
The unsuccessful games, basically.
So again, no one's buying Anthem loot boxes to begin with because no one's buying Anthem.
Anthem was right along that lines of like Fallout and other things. It was just these things were such fucking disasters, and they're just proven points of like, if you're gonna do it, you gotta at least do it to a degree where people will respond to it, or it'll be fair enough to them. You're doing shit like this. There's a reason why people weren't buying into it. Every part of either one of those games was broken day one. At least with those other games we monetize, at least they functioned to a degree. These didn't at all. That's why you see. That's why at the last Black Friday thing, I swear to God, they were giving away Anthem for $5. And I'm like, you might as well just be handing it to people for free as they walk in the door. At that point, that tells me the game is absolutely worthless.
I mean, it works for fucking Call of Building or whatever it's fucking called, Fortnite. They're free.
Maybe Anthem would have worked better just initially. All of these would have worked initially better as free to play with the stuff in them.
There you go.
Maybe.
All right, what's next?
Okay. I believe I only got one more, so your suffering will end soon.
Don't tease me.
I got to get some enjoyment and have some suffering for you too, you know.
No, you don't.
You do so much to me. I got to get a little back.
I do so much
Sony
for
is.
you.
That's what you think.
That's what I know.
You do so much for my insanity.
I didn't say in which way I affected you.
Yeah, you benefit me, but you benefit me in a negative way. So, if that's a positive to you, go for it. Be my guest.
According to potential future President Bloomberg. 100% not joking. Dude's running for presidency.
Yeah, it's saying that Sony is having issues setting the price of the PS5 after a scarcity of components pushed the manufacturing costs up to $450. They're having a difficult time securing the flash memory and DRAM components. Their decision is to include a solid-state drive in every PS5 has forced them to compete with smartphone companies who rely on the same memory type to build their products. And this decision is constraining the supply and is driving up the prices. And so there's a high possibility that this system we could be talking in upwards of the PS3 situation where it could be like $600 at launch. It seems like. And just Jesus Christ. At that point, do you just consider buying a PC at that point? If you're going to get that high up on something, wouldn't a PC give you more?
Well, it's entirely possible. I saw something. I can't find it, so I don't want to say quote me on this. But I saw something where it said that it was going to be as high as $450, which isn't exactly backbreaking. But I can't seem to find that, so I don't quote me. The difference between a PC and a computer isn't just about processing power. It's about setup. There's so
Okay.
much more that goes into setting up a game for the PC than it is on a PlayStation. There's so much more nuance and so much more that you need to be aware of. Because with a PlayStation, you can, if you can hook it to a TV, you can play it. But with a computer, especially with a PC, you need to know if your graphics card can handle it, and if you don't have the graphics card, you need to replace it, and then you need to find out which kind of graphics card can support the game, and it becomes a whole process. So there's a lot of simplicity in just getting a console and going, yeah. But then there's also independence for having a PC. But then again, games don't port to the PC as well with they do to the PlayStation. So you're more than likely going to be getting inferior games with a PC with console-based games anyway. So unless you want to stick with PC exclusives, best bet is if you want to play PS5 games to get a PS5 and don't wait for the PS5 port to the computer.
Isn't a thing too like with PCs too? Isn't like new graphics cards and other things coming out like every single year? Essentially.
Well, that's how tech works. Like, as soon as you buy a new piece of equipment, it's outdated.
What I'm saying is when you're comparing like playing a game on a PC as opposed to playing it on a console, when you get just one console, everything is designed to work for that console. Whereas a PC, you have to keep changing, like you said, see what works, see what doesn't, and you're always constantly trying to, make that your own thing. Whereas that one is just set and ready to go on its own.
Yes.
So that's
a lot of what you're saying is very true. The thing that you need to realize though is, let's just simplify this. Let's say you have, computer graphics card 5 made by Green. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Right.
Game you bought it for, you gotta play on the Green computer effect 5. But if you get the Green computer chip thing 6, it'll still play the game. And now you can play the other game that you needed it with. You know what I mean? The issue comes when you start trying to mix and match parts. And the issue comes when you're trying to play games that are horribly outdated or are super sophisticated. Because if you try to play specific games from way back in the day, the processor may not have the ability to even register what the hell you're trying to play. So there's a lot of nuance with it. There's a lot of setup. There's a lot of upkeep. And that's like the big difference. Like it's like trying to drive a stick shift to an automatic.
It seems like there's a lot of give and take between either one of these, to be honest.
Yes. With a PC, you never technically need to buy a new one. You just need to keep upgrading it. With a console, you get all the components you need, but in 7 years, it'll be completely out of date, and you'll have to start your collection over again because fucking video game companies are whores.
Yeah, but like the upgrading of your PC, you have to do it way more often than buying the console, though, too, right?
Not necessarily.
Okay. Okay.
A graphics card is probably good 3 to 5 years.
Okay. So it's actually a little bit less than that then.
Well, yeah, but they'll run you a good amount. Like you could pay anywhere. I don't quote me because I haven't checked graphics card in fucking 15 years. But like you could pay easily $500 for a new graphics card. And then it's not just the graphics card; it's the processor. And then you got to check to make sure all the other bits and pieces because you can't just plug and play. You got to make sure that if you get a new graphics card, that's compatible with the rest of the system. And if it's not compatible with the rest of the system, you either got to get a new graphics card, or you need to start changing out components. So it's very much something that people like. If you play, all right, it's the difference between playing with Legos and erector sets. Remember erector sets?
I do remember erector sets.
Fucking
yes.
steel goddamn cunt bags of a toy. Here, kid, do work, then play. Fuck off. That's the difference. PlayStation is Legos. Super fucking easy to do. Gives you the manual. Erector sets are like, hey, here's a bunch of like steel cylinder fucking douchebag things that you got to screw in. Takes you fucking 15 hours to build a goddamn lever. Oh my god! Now you did the science. It's so fun. I mean,
So
same idea.
building
is
a
vastly different.
So essentially, what you're getting at least I'm thinking what you're getting at, is that when you're doing something PC wise, it's probably better if you're more like knowledgeable about how that kind of world works and how to set things up like that. You don't just want to go at it willy nilly.
Yeah, missed it by that much. You're not wrong, but my point was you need to have a desire to do this stuff.
Okay.
Like, you need to be the kind of guy who's like, oh, yeah, it just got a new LCD monitor. It's 45 inches. It bends 3 ways. I can Skype, Discord, and actually call people. And I got a new voice audio headset that allows me to lock my front door and order Amazon pizzas. Like, all right, no one gives a fuck. You fucking turd. Good for you. You've become less reliant on people and more reliant on technology that could go away tomorrow if someone launches an EMP over America. You're so fucked. Good job.
Yeah. Yeah, technology is not always a wonderful thing.
So it's one of those things where, like, you have to have like a real desire to want to build your own PC. You know, it's like you're not going to go to a baseball game if you don't like baseball, and you're not going to buy a PC if you just like video games. Like, you're going to buy a PC if you like PCs. That's kind of the whole point. And then you still have to deal with the fact that the games may not even be good when they get ported over.
Yeah, because there's a lot of shitty ports that, especially nowadays, that get put on the PCs. A lot of them are really bad.
I think that's
Like, I remember
done intentionally, honestly.
Really?
Oh, fuck yeah. Why would you want to help your competitor? They're actively taking sales away.
Because the most predominant one I remember is when Arkham's was it Arkham Knight came out, and the port of that to Steam or whatever was handled by a different company, and that thing I saw multiple videos from multiple different people playing it, and that thing ran sluggish.
I think anyone that plays a fucking video game with the WASD and mouse combo is a fucking communist.
So video games should only be played with controllers then? Is that what you're getting at? I kind of feel you on that one, honestly. I tried it as a kid when I played my first on-rail shooter, the first House of the Dead on PC, and something felt real wrong about a mouse and a keyboard. It just doesn't feel natural.
If you hit Shift Control Q, you can throw a magic potion. If you press 0 or circle on the PlayStation controller, you can do the same thing, you cunt. And I don't need to map it to the goddamn controls. It's already done. No, you need to fucking put 2 fingers in one place. Then you got to take your entire other hand and hit Q, and now you're getting hit because you can't fucking have 4 goddamn hands, you fucking tool.
Oh, man.
I don't really give a fuck about PCs. I'm just being a dick. If you want to play a goddamn PC, go ahead. I don't care. You live your life. You support Steam. I don't give a fuck.
All I heard was that you were being a dick, and I agree with that.
Yes.
So
I'm going to just save up for my Nintendo and be like, fuck you, bitches.
Hey, you're getting the more fun console out of all of them.
Bitches
so
get snitches. Like, that's all you got to realize. Bitches get snitches. Snitches.
Isn't it
bitches.
snitches get stitches?
Shut the fuck up. All right, so let's talk about YouTube.
Let's dive in. Was it anything from you this week? Uh-oh.
Watch some Inside Gaming Daily. They covered, ironically enough, they covered Disney telling video game companies that they can use their IPs. And now everyone's like, oh, well, I guess that means there's no Epic Mickey 3 coming out. And ironically enough, Matt McMuscles just did his entire wall hopping to Epic Mickey. Synergy's real, folks.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. Let's see what else.
Ah, man.
Oh, here we go. It's $470 is what the PS5 will cost, and it's from Inside Gaming Daily. Put out a video that said that. So, clarification. Let's see. Amanda the Jedi reviewed Sonic. Everyone's saying Sonic was really good.
I actually saw it myself, so and I gotta be honest, it was actually a halfway decent movie. I'm not gonna lie.
Sonic.
Supersonic.
Gotta go fast. Sonic. Um, Nothing really worthwhile. But I did add 2 new channels to my watch list. Apparently only
Well,
one. I guess I didn't subscribe to the other one. One of them is like a Star Trek sci-fi channel. I was like, super fucking cool. The other one is a channel called Only in Japan. This dude
interesting.
is like a travel bloggist kind of guy, but he focuses exclusively on Japan. And it's super popular. It's got 1.3 million subscribers. And like he did a video called Japanese Pop Culture is Saving the Countryside. There's this island that used to be very populated in Japan that no longer is because they built the largest suspension bridge, is what he said. Kind of like, the Golden Gate Bridge, whatever that is. I think that's a suspension bridge.
Yeah.
It's the largest in
is.
the world in Japan. And it leads from this island back to the bigger island of Japan. But everyone on this smaller island left. They're like, fuck you. We're going to go to Tokyo, bitch. And now they're like, how do we fucking bring people back to the island? And they're like, how about we just build like Hello Kitty cafes? And they're like, fucking brilliant. So he went to those cafes to check them out, and they're really fucking cool. Not a fucking Hello Kitty guy. Not even I. What I'm saying is like the idea behind doing a Hello Kitty thing or any anime thing to try to bring people into your area is a really cool idea, and they put some money into it, man. I tell you what. I only watched about 5 or 6 of his videos. He did one called the Scenic Japanese Train. That was pretty cool. It's a train that has seats that, instead of going across from each other, go back to back. So, like, you can, if you sit down in the chair, you're not looking at the chair in front of you, you're looking out the window. It's very cool. The reason I watched it, though, is because he did 2 videos that I saw of, there's probably more, called Tokyo's Hidden Pacific Island. And he did one on an island called Ogasawara? Ogasawara? And then he did another one, which was the one I originally watched, called Tokyo's Secret Island Paradise, Aogashima. And apparently, I didn't know this. I'll start with this. Matt, have you ever heard of Catalina?
No, I am not.
It's a small island off the coast of California. It's probably like a 2-hour boat ride. It's not very big. But it used to be very popular in the 50s for like Hollywood A-listers and shit like that. And it has a small little community, like 300 or 400 people live there all year round. It's a tourist spot, but it's ran by L.A. County, so like it's technically part of L.A. Like if in Ohio, if we had like a small little island about an hour off the shore of Lake Erie, it'd still be part of Cleveland, kind of thing. So the difference here is apparently Japan has like 7 or 8 islands off the coast of their main Japan island. And they're all like 20-hour boat rides away, 24-hour boat rides away, 30 fucking hour boat rides away. And they're still technically part of Tokyo proper. And I'm like, wait. This motherfucker's fucking 500 miles off the goddamn coast, and he's still got to pay Tokyo taxes? That's fucked up.
That's crazy, man. That's fucking insane.
I don't think it's 500 miles because it's like a 3-hour plane ride or a 2-hour plane ride. Or I think this is what he said, like a 2-hour plane ride. And like some islands are close enough where it's like a 30-minute helicopter ride. But yeah, it takes a fucking day plus to get to some of these islands on a ferry. It's like, damn. But like the one island was so fucking cool. It was built, it's an island with a crater in the middle. And the crater has a fucking forest in it. is so cool. I was like, oh my god, and it's like an active
That
volcano
sounds
still.
cool.
I'm like, oh my god, and there's because the volcano's active, it still has steam pockets. So
Oh, nice.
the island adopted the ability to literally send steam up into a sauna that you can use. And apparently it's like
What?
so fucking hot in there. Like you can only spend like a few minutes at a time. And they also set another one up where you can literally grill food with the steam from the volcano. It's not a real
What the
grill.
fuck?
Yeah, it's not a real grill. I say grill, but it's more of a steam. You're not gonna grill your meat; you're gonna steam it. But yeah, like you go there, you open up the little port, you put your food into this steel container, and then you close the fucking lid, and they have these little valves that allow you to dispense more steam into and out of. And I was like, that's fucking insane. And I fucking love this channel. So goddamn cool. He even did a video on men's only health spas and why they were a thing in Japan. And apparently, because so many people worked in Tokyo but didn't go, but lived in the countryside, there would be days where they wouldn't be able to make it home because the trains would be done for the day. So they would just go to these overnight spas and spend $30 and stay there. So it was really fucking cool, man.
This makes me want to go to Japan now, man. Seriously.
Right?
Like fucking A, like I've always wanted to go to Japan before because I've seen like other YouTubers go there just for the gaming culture, but for this kind of shit too, I'd be all down for it. You know, I would go and see this stuff.
It's a very cool kind of place. I've been watching some stuff just because I have other interests that take me to Japan, culturally speaking. And one of them was kind of like talking about this band from Japan, and they're like, oh yeah, super fucking respectful. Like they weren't being like super dickish, and I was like, I'm a big fan of the whole respect thing. So like that's something that I could totally get involved with. For me, the culture is very cool. Like not cool as in like so cool, but more like cool as in like I could live like that. Like the idea of respecting people just out of sheer because you're supposed to. Like yeah, I'm down with that. So
Yeah,
I'm
like
right there with you.
the multiple videos I've seen have been like that too, where you have to respect people there. You can't. It's not just a free for all.
Right. Like you can't just be a dick. Like you'll be called out on that. Even the Yakuza are like super fucking respectful. Like we won't kill you unless it's like fucking weekend because like we don't want to we don't want to fuck up your work schedule. Like be super rude of us. I'm being facetious there. I'm pretty sure
That's what you're best at.
I'm pretty sure they'll just straight up murder you.
You were giving them like far too much credit at that point, man.
No, I listened to like a couple like let's not meet horror stories, and they had mentioned like this one girl was like the daughter of a rival Yakuza member, and because of that, they didn't want to dishonor the rival Yakuza member's leader by killing the girl's boyfriend, so they let him live. So like there literally is honor among thieves out there. So like that I think that's cool as fuck. Plus, I'd actually be average height. So all the bonuses.
I love how like you're all respectful and nice about it, then right at the end, all right, they're all short, so I'm short too. I fit.
No, that's not being mean. That legitimately, like Japan has some of the shortest people in the world. Like that's legit. I think the average height's like 5'7". In America, I think it's 5'9.5", 5'10".
You think you'd be okay with with the food over there, or is that something you would probably have to get used to?
Watching steamed meat is not my jam. Like sushi and steamed meat, what are you doing?
Would that be the deal breaker that would have you stay over there for a long period of time?
No, because they do like some weird shit, and I'd like to try it. Like in that train video, he's like, they made this dessert. I forgot what they used. It's a confection shop, and the thing he bought, it's basically like it's kind of like a pastry, but the best way I can describe it to you is by using a cookie analogy. You know how like with oatmeal, it's the base, and then you put the raisins in it, but it's an oatmeal cookie.
Yeah.
Same idea with this pastry, but the substance that is the pastry, the oatmeal, if you will. It's bland and flavorless, but it's used to hold the thing together. Like it's super fucking moldable into pastry. But they put like a bean in there that's super sweet. And so, like, you know, the thing is wrapped around the bean, and the bean is mashed so like it's all, you know, inside of this thing. So even though like the exterior surroundings doesn't have any taste, when you bite in, you get the sweet bean, and it really comes alive flavor wise. Yeah.
Sounds tasty.
So I'm gonna be watching a lot more of this shit tonight.
You know, when you were talking about the Hello Kitty thing too, that reminds me. I believe there's a Pokemon cafe out there too.
Well,
It's like
yeah,
completely themed towards that.
But
I'm just saying. I
that's
remember
in-
seeing that. You know.
that's in Tokyo.
Mm.
This Hello Kitty thing's out in the boonies. Like, this is like putting, for comparison's sake, this is like putting the Cleveland Cavaliers out in fucking Brunswick. Like, you just don't do that. Like, who would do that? No one would do that. That's insanity.
I might have to check out that channel, man. I've always wanted to travel out there, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
It's called Only in Japan.
Okay.
I love fucking islands. I love fucking island cultures. So, like, big fan of watching videos about that. So, that's what it got me here. My job at a Japanese snow monkey park. Well, I know what I'll be watching.
That title is intriguing.
Why mango worth $5,000 in Japan? What? There's a video about micro sushi. Japanese street food market with vegan sushi. There's eating Tokyo's blue ramen. Dude, that just makes me think of Gatorade, and I'm super not eating goddamn chicken and ramen noodles in blue Gatorade. That'll taste like shit.
Oh man, that sounds really disgusting.
Right?
Fucking hung.
So what have you been watching?
I don't know if you caught it. Did you catch the Stop Skeletons from Fighting latest episode?
I did. It was about the controllers.
Yeah, I love this episode, and two of them I do remember. The other three I was not aware of. The two I was aware of was the Wu-Tang controller one, because I've seen that in a My Life in Gaming episode, and I love how that has a history of actually was the system for the Wu-Tang game was created from a canceled game or something like that, and that fucking controller is just horrifying to look at.
Yeah,
but then there's
the canceled WCW game.
Was it? I thought it was like like one of like this really brutal, over the top fighting game or something called Thrill Kill. I thought that's what it was from.
The controller of the game.
The Wu-Tang game. I think that engine they used for that was from the canceled game Thrill Kill, I believe. Because I've seen Caddy do a video on it, or a couple other people do a video. I believe it's the same engine that was used.
Continue your thought, because I'm gonna look this up real fast.
But then there was the other one I was aware of was the Dragon Quest controller, the slime controller, because I've seen that in multiple different YouTube videos. The ones that really surprised me were the Resident Evil chainsaw. I thought that was really cool. I think it was an Anamushi said sword.
Okay, I got confused. The WCW Mayhem game was turned into Def Jam Vendetta.
Okay. And then there was that gigantic fucking controller at the end of it where I'm like, dear God, I cannot even believe that thing was a controller.
For the Sega goddamn Saturn. What are you on?
The goddamn thing was like, It was what did Derek say? It was so big it had to be like an exhibit in a museum or something like that. You couldn't practically own that controller. It was for an on-rail shooter of all things. Like,
Fucking love that.
why not just turn it into a fucking arcade machine at that point? If you're gonna go that elaborate, just make it the machine. But I love the ideas he was having with it too. Like the one he had for the swords. I'm like, dude, I'm down. I want to do that. I want to get two of them swords and play some like multiplayer in this fucking shit. Get really dorky with it. I love that concept. So yeah, he always delivers like cool stuff. And speaking of which, I actually the Metal Storm collector's edition video he did a while back. I actually ended up just recently buying that thing, and I've heard that the version that what he said on there, it's actually the Famicom version, and supposedly the controls are messed up in there, I believe. So if anybody's getting that thing, you got to be aware that the controls are a little bit flipped on that. But I just got it, and the thing is freaking cool. I love it, and that, damn you people for having me do this, convincing me. No, great video though. It's great. I love these absurd like crazy videos. Let's see. What was another one that's notable to me? Scott the Woz actually did 2 videos this week, and the more interesting one to me was his take on anime video games, because he's not technically a big fan of it, and he was trying to dive in as much as he could, and he just found it to be completely absurd. But then proceeds to, at the end of it, do his own anime segment straight out of Dragon Ball Z. And I'm like, okay, that's a little jarring, but I get the joke. And then there was another one he did for Valentine's.
But he doesn't like anime.
It's weird, isn't it? It's
really
weird.
It's just him being a pedantic asshole is what it is. I bet you this dude watches cartoons. Like, legit. But anime is weird.
Oh, yeah. I think he even made a reference to that, and they're like people saying that anime is weird, but then like, oh yeah, Japanese cartoons are weird, but yeah, we have a cartoon about a fucking sponge. Like, we're not any better.
Like,
so.
I don't think anyone's defending SpongeBob anymore. Like, Bob's Burgers, maybe.
I don't think anybody does.
But like, no, SpongeBob just exists to soothe the children while their mothers drink.
He did one for Valentine's Day that was like a Wii game that came out of Europe that was like it was a couples related game or something. It had this like very overly sexual tone to it, and it was actually rated like, it wasn't even rated like mature or teen or anything. It was I think it was like an E rating or something, but it had like mini games in there where you like spank your partner and stuff. It was weird.
Wait, it was for everyone?
I think so. It since it was Europe, it has they have the PEGI rating system, so there's not like teen, mature, whatever. It's all based on numbers. And I want to say that thing said 7, because I believe the teen rating is 12. I'm not sure. But for what it was rated, and what they were trying to promote, he was hoping it had the more risque stuff in it, but what he ended up finding was a really shitty mini game collection, just like most of the rest of the Wii had. And the saddest thing is he had to buy a Wii U, a European Wii U, to play it, because it only worked on a PAL region console, because those consoles are not like free, open up to all regions. So that was a crazy thing to see. It's like, I have 2 Wii U's now. What the fuck am I doing with my life? What else was there? There was Slopes Game Room did a pretty interesting episode on 4 terrible and forgotten Sega comics, which I thought was interesting. I did watch the Matt McMuscles thing on the Epic Mickey. The truth was, I gotta be honest, I was kind of disappointed with that episode of this one, of what happened.
It's very self-explanatory. The game didn't sell well. Ooh.
Yeah, this was one of those. I'm just like, yeah, no, like and plus 90%, like all the story he was telling was stuff I learned about years ago. because I actually had bought into Epic Mickey when it first came out. I still remember actually I still have the collector's edition of it somewhere with the actual like figurine of Mickey. I went all out for it, and I enjoyed it to a degree, but the camera on that game was just awful, and it improved in the sequel. But I knew the rest of the history of that series, and I thought, I'm like, okay, maybe he's going to present at least something or some kind of angle, maybe something I don't know. But nah, it turned out being disappointed with it. Kind of sucked.
I like the ones that are super fucking complicated and go out from left field. Like this video game developer started to do coke, and then he got abducted by aliens, but they were still on track to set the game out. And then the Earth swallowed the game whole, and they couldn't even release it because it was now in the core of the Earth. Like, okay, that's a hell of a wahopple. But saying, we made a game, it did really well, then we made a sequel, it didn't do as well. We know what happened. It didn't sell well.
I think my favorite running joke in his entire series is when he talks about a developer saying something, and then that image pops on the screen. Yeah, that makes sense. That's like my favorite running gag in the show, because it's always with something so fucking absurd.
My favorite running gag is when he had Mickey Mouse going, "What happened?"
All right, let's see. That channel I introduced you to, the game Civilization. Have you listened to anything off of that yet?
Oh yeah, totally. I like the thing they did about that one thing with the video is between.
That's gonna be a no because
40.
you're being so goddamn vague. Thank you for proving. Thank you for just making that point.
It's a good video.
I do honestly think it's something you should check out because there's a lot of good
A lot of good what?
Okay. I'm saying they have a lot of good. He has a lot of good covers of, especially of Castlevania games around there. There's a few of them, so I would definitely consider listening to some of them. The most recent one he just put out was to coincide with the Sonic movie. It was from Sonic Adventure 2. It was a good cover. I really enjoy it. I want to try. I've been putting a lot of stuff on a playlist and just listening to it in the car, to be honest with you. So I'm happy I found this channel. I hope he gets more subscribers. He's only got about, I don't even think he's got like 100 subscribers or something like that. So I hope he gets more because he's definitely talented and deserves to get more people to check out his stuff. So
Definitely talented.
Definitely. I don't remember where that's actually from, but I always know I've had a bad habit of doing that. I don't know where that phrase comes from though. Is it Looney Tunes?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Daffy Duck, right?
No, it's
Okay.
the dog, the sheepdog.
Oh,
He got like
shit,
the red
it is.
comb over into his eyes. Definitely. No.
That's right.
It's Rita and
Run from Animaniacs.
yes,
Is that it?
Runt did it. Definitely Rita. Okay, lady, I love you. Bye. Mom, call me mom. Okay, lady.
Okay, lady, I love you. Bye.
Legit wanted her to die in every episode. She's the worst child ever.
Oh yeah, especially when she's being that much of a jerk to a very, very awesome dog.
Right?
Like, literally would do anything for her. Like, fuck you, dude.
Like Buttons deserves better than Mindy.
Buds is a goddamn hero, and you know it.
And to be fair, flip side, Rita deserves better than what's his face.
She does deserve better than Run, doesn't she?
Because Runt loves Rita, do anything for Rita, until he realizes that Rita's a cat, and then he'll kill her. So, like, I don't know. I'm a cat. I wouldn't want to hang out with a psychopath who wants to eat me.
I think my favorite my favorite skits on Animaniacs, it comes down to two. It comes down to the Good Feathers and Pinky and the Brain.
Fair enough.
I don't know where you fall, but I believe that's where I fall, because I just love the dude who acts like Joe Pesci and just gets pissed off all the time.
I
just thought it was hilarious.
I fall on the I hit the wall So unless there's anything pertinent, I say we suggestively wrap things up.
Well, I did want to highlight a couple things I did this week. I did I know we'll do it. I'll do a full write up on it and everything, but I just want to let you know I did finally get into some of the bigger games on Switch. I played Link's Awakening and finished it. It's one of the first Zelda games I played in a long time. And damn, is it good! Damn, I can't believe how good a game like that is. I like the ones that go for more structure than like the open worlds. I think if more releases like that come out on Switch, I'd be down for it. And I got started on Luigi's Mansion. I'm about halfway done with that. I did watch the Sonic movie. Maybe I'll do a write up on that or something. And I saw a documentary on. It was a video game. It was on like mom and pop like video game stores called Not for Resale. Definitely a good look at physical versus digital games, different perspectives of that. So I suggest checking that out. And other than that, I'm done. I'm not gonna hold you here any further if you don't want me to.
Fantastic. So let's do the rundown. RealNerdCorp.com, RealNerdCorp.com. We're on Twitter at NERDCORP. On Instagram at RealNerdCorp. Podbean is RealNerdCorp.podbean.com or by downloading the Podbean app to your mobile device and searching for Real Nerd Corp on the device, on the app, I mean. We're on YouTube.com by searching Comic and Game Corps. We're on Twitch.tv/Comic and Game Corps. And once again, you can find us on the Twitter at NerdCorp, NERDCORP, and on the website at RealNerdCorp.com. Matt, where are your personals?
You can find me on Twitter at MNerdCorp, same handle on Twitch.
You can find me on Twitter at ChadNerdCorp, ChadNerdCorp, and on the Instagram at ChadSvedowat. With all that being said, we're done. Matt, take us home.
Thank you, everybody, for listening, and we will see you next week, and we'll figure out a game soon, and that's all I got.